Hi, this is Mike from Ham Radio Science. Today we're going to be looking at a new product from SDRPlay. It's called the RSP1A. This is SDRPlay's latest entry-level SDR radio. And you're going to see that it looks very similar to the RSP1, but all the changes, improvements are on the inside of the box. The original SDRPlay RSP1 basically it's a simple black box with a SMA antenna port on the front and a USB port on the back. Also in the SDRPlay line of SDR radios we have the RSP2. This one is a little different. It has some more antenna connections on the front. Okay. You see we have two antenna ports and a third one for a long wire type antenna. And on the front we have our USB port and some other connections here for adding some accessories. Now the new RSP1A looks just like the RSP1. SMA antenna on the front, jack on the front, and then a USB port on the back. So these two are very similar in appearance, but SDRPlay has made some major changes to the RSP1A, which is going to make it a better performer than the RSP1. As we mentioned earlier, the RSP1A, most of the differences has been made to the hardware, and here are some of the highlights of those differences. The RSP1A, they've extended the lower end of the receive range down to 1 kilohertz, whereas the RSP1 stops at 10 kilohertz. Also added is a new TCXO crystal, which is good to 0.5 parts per million. The RSP1 has no crystal, so this should be adding to the stability of the radio a good bit. Also, another nice little feature is they've added a bias-T power source for the RSP1A, which is going to make it a lot easier to connect those amplifiers and so forth that are powered by bias-T. Also added were a couple of, well actually 4 new filters for the FM and AM band reject filters and a selectable DAB band filter. Also added was a variable gain LNA is now there. One of the nice additions is that now the ADC is more powerful with a 12 to 14-bit native sample rate. So all that together ought to make the RSP1A a little bit nicer if you're in an environment where you're dealing with strong signals that may be overloading your receiver. Some head-to-head listening tests were conducted between these 3 radios using a common antenna via a splitter so that we could compare the performance of these radios against one another. So we did some listening tests with the RSP1A versus the RSP1 and the RSP1A versus the RSP2.
A 50% chance of a late day scattered shower. Afternoon highs will be in the low to mid 60s. Overnight we're looking at a 90% chance of rain. Overnight lows will be around 50. There's a chance of morning showers on Thursday, then gradually clearing skies and highs. Lows will be in the mid 40s. I'm Joel D. That's a look at your Real Country forecast on Real Country Q92.3 WMOQ and
Focus on the Family. Focus on the Family. Every weekday morning at 7 here on the
That's about what it was in Pullman when they were in Pullman, and they had heaters on the sidelines.
Probably in South Bend too.
Yeah. Now I was reading today The Browns and Niners are. The Giants are going to be picking, I guess, third. And they've only got one win. That the Giants now might be going in for Sam Darnold.
I'm just telling you.
Visibility 1 1/2. Sky condition overcast 500. Temperature 1 Celsius. Altimeter 3006. For marks, surface visibility 2 1/2. Density altitude 300. 2051 Zulu. Wind 060 at 06. Visibility 1 1/2. Sky condition overcast 5.
A 20% chance of showers. Highs in the lower 50s. Lows in the upper 30s. Sunday and Sunday night, most showers. Lows in the upper 30s. Mostly clear. Highs in the lower 30s. Lows in the lower 40s. Wednesday and Wednesday night, partly cloudy. Highs in the mid-60s. Lows in the lower 40s. For more detailed weather information, please visit our website at weather.gov/Atlanta. The current time is 3:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The following reports of weather, temperature, and wind were made at 3 p.m.
Off-year elections in places like Maine and New Jersey and Virginia, Democrats had a great day and night. In Ohio, it was a little bit different because people in that state results from a confusing ballot measure. They're still trying to figure it out. Voters in Ohio killed a measure aimed at lowering prescription drug costs in that state. It was called Issue 2. That state agencies can pay for pharmaceuticals. Well, it went down by a huge margin. 79% of voters said
Lawrenceville, it was cloudy, 53 degrees, wind calm. Macon, it was wind north at 10 miles an hour. Rome, it was cloudy, 56 degrees, wind northwest at 8 miles. Chattanooga, it was mostly sunny, 61 degrees, wind north at 9 miles an hour. Asheville, it was cloudy, 56 degrees, 15 miles an hour. Augusta, light rain
And 1,200. Surface visibility 10. Density altitude 300. Automated weather observation 1951 Zulu. Wind 300 at 04. Visibility 1 1/2. Overcast 1,300. Temperature 1 Celsius. Dew point 10 Celsius. Altimeter 3010. Remark.
But yeah, no problem. Yeah, this is an old high gain with CA, And then I use the measurements and stuff out of the 99 handbook. And 14,200, so I lengthened each element a half an inch. Boy, I hit it right on the money. Feeding it with the DX engineer. And it's been a good antenna. It's been up for a number of years.
The listening test showed that the RSP1A was a better performer than the RSP1. So if you have the original RSP1, you might want to consider upgrading. There is a definite improvement in handling strong signals and sensitivity. Now when it came to the RSP2, the RSP1A was very, very close to the RSP2, but I feel with the higher dynamic range that the RSP1A might be a little bit better when it comes to handling strong signals and static and such. Now we're going to be having some more videos here on the Ham Radio Science channel in the very near future, so please subscribe. 73s.